Hello beautiful, welcome back to Nat's Beautiful Life. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 12 books that I absolutely, definitely want to read, must read in 2020. And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Natasha. I do videos on books, beauty, and bullet journaling. I do have a lot of glitter on my eyes today because I am testing out some new glitters and a new foundation. Who knows what I will look like by the end of this video, but we're just going to go with it. So these are books that have either been on my shelf for a while, on my actual shelf, books that I've been very tongue-tied, books that I've been very excited about or very interested in for a while and just have never gotten to them. And so I actually made a list of these books when I was doing my bullet journal setup for 2020, and I was wanting to just really put that list down where I could check it off, know if I had them or if they were library or if they were new, hadn't come out yet, things like that. So I think I've got a really good start on this already. I have completed 2 of the books already, so I'll talk about those first. But yeah, if you like this video, if you like me, please click subscribe, click the like button, hit the little notification bell so you never miss a video. And I do video requests, so let me know if there's anything that you would like to see in the future. You do not have to put eye makeup looks because I already know, and one will be coming soon. But without any further ado, let's get into this list. Alright, first book I'm going to talk about is this one. It is The Conference of Birds by Ranson Riggs. This is the 5th novel in the Miss Peregrine series. My husband recently bought this for me. This is a joke. If you've been here for a while, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but for the new people, I had surgery on my ankle in January. It is now early February, and I still can't walk on it. So I literally am on one leg right now. So this right here is, like I said, the 5th book in the Miss Peregrine series. Ranson Riggs collects old photographs, like old vintage photographs, and he's also been through the collections of other people, and he took a lot of those photographs and actually put them in the story. So he actually wrote the story that he thought of or that came to mind as he was looking at these photographs, and it's just a very interesting part of the book series. The first 3 books take place in Europe, and the last, or this trilogy is going to take place in the American peculiarism, which is vastly different, obviously, from the European one. And so some other things happen. I don't want to give too much away, but just trust me. But that's what's really cool about these books. He's giving these photographs new life, but the story is very interesting, and I have started it. I'm not this far. What happened was I dropped my bookmark, and then I just threw it back in here. But what I have read of this so far, very intriguing, really have loved it. So let's just move on. The next book is The Toll by Neal Shusterman. I have already read this book. It is a beast of a book. It is the 3rd and final book in the Ark of the Scythe series. I'm not going to talk about this too much because most people know what the Ark of the Scythe series is, and if you've watched my January wrap-up, you've already heard me talk about it. But I really did enjoy this book. I highly recommend this series. Great dystopian, utopian kind of series. And yeah, I've already read it. Got to check that off my list, and I'm proud of me. If you watched my January wrap-up, you will know how much I absolutely adore this book, so I'm glad that this is the second one I actually got to check off of my list. But that is The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. This is historical fiction, takes place in Spain after the Spanish Revolution when Generalissimo Franco is still in power. It is a beautiful story, but it's also got a lot of historically accurate things in it, but in between sections, not necessarily the whole chapters, but this is like one of them. She has excerpts of different interviews as well as actual documents and things like that talk about some of the things that have happened within the chapter. So she's actually using this story to show actual historical events, and this is a great story. Even if she had made the whole thing up, it was a great story. So I highly recommend this, even though I'm not a huge like fictional historical fiction reader. I like historical nonfiction a lot of times, but like this is bae. This is definitely one of my favorites of the year. Okay, so the last one that I actually kind of started, actually I'm quite a bit into it, but haven't finished yet, is this one. And I just have this. I just have this right now. The book is in another room, and since I'm on one leg, it's really difficult for me to go get that, especially with all of this equipment around me. So, Archenemies by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Renegades series, and this is kind of like, they're more like X-Men, I think, but they are superheroes. They have like their own little costumes, and they have an organization called the Renegades, and then there's also some people called the Anarchists who are kind of like the villains, but they're also just regular criminals. Some people are, you know, criminals who are human, and some, I mean, they're all human, but some are what they call prodigies that have the same type of powers that like the Renegades have, and they commit crimes, and that's not necessarily the big deal of the book. You're not going to get any groundbreaking stuff with that. What you are going to get is a great kind of political story, and also this, you know, who should be in control, who should say, you know, you're a criminal, you shouldn't have your powers anymore, or we should lock you up because you have dangerous powers and you could commit crimes, that kind of thing. So I'm enjoying that part of it, and also the kind of the turmoil between some of the Renegades who are like, you know, we shouldn't really have this power, or what have you. So there's a lot going on in this book besides just superheroes, and that is why I have enjoyed these books so far. And yeah, so the first chapter of the book was like a chase scene and stuff like that, and it's hard for me to follow that in a fantasy type setting at first, because I don't know where they are. Like, I don't know what it's looking like. I don't know what these people are chasing are like. So I didn't like that, but when I got past that first chapter and it started getting more into the meat of the story and the plot, then I really was like turning the pages and really wanting to see what happened. So I do recommend this series if you're looking for just some kind of political intrigue with some fun stuff on the side. Really good series to check out. The next book I have got on my shelf to read, haven't gotten to it yet, is Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. This book it doesn't look so bad, but it is a beast. For one thing, it's heavy to hold, because it is just like, here is this book, and it's just a big book, and then the pages are almost like Bible pages, not quite that thin. Truly, it's only 600 and some change, but I mean, it's smaller writing. It's a beast of a book. This has been compared to kind of a Six of Crows type thing, where it's like a group of ragtag people who get, yeah, the band is a hodgepodge full of unusual characters with secrets of their own, including a shape-shifting man known as the Leopard. So it's kind of a thing that they have to they've been sent on to do, some quest or what have you. And I like books like that, and the only thing that's probably kept me from going into it is the fact that it's a beast of a book, which I'm getting over my, I mean, it's only, like, it's barely over 600 pages, so it's not that bad. But really heavy. I mean, just really heavy. But I'm looking forward to this, and I think this might be something, once I get through all the books that I'm reading right now and the ones that are available for me at the library right now, I think this might be one of the ones that I start to pick up and just conquer my fear and just get to it. Because the thing is, I haven't heard anything. I heard everyone talk about it when it first came out, because they were like marketing it so, you know, big time. Everybody was talking about it, and I've not seen anybody but one person actually who has read the book, and that person hadn't even finished reading the book yet. So I don't know. I will be one of the first people that I know of to ever actually read the book. So I'm excited for it. I know I don't sound like it, but I am. But yeah, so this is definitely one that's got to be read very soon. All right, next on the list is one that has been on my shelf, and I've read the first book in the series and I loved it. The second one is The Well of Ascension, so this is Mistborn Book 2. I loved Mistborn. I don't think I was so gaga about it as everyone else was because of the fact that everyone had built it up so much, but I really did enjoy it. I thought it was great. I mean, obviously it's Brandon Sanderson's great, and I'm looking forward to this. Let me see how, oh dear, epilogue. Let's see how long this is. 763 pages. That's not that bad. It's a shorter book and it's not really little tiny writing. But the thing is with these books, I actually enjoy the process of reading, which is fine. That's what you're supposed to do. But it's like when you have a shorter book, you can enjoy that process of reading and it's done. And then I could grab another book and enjoy the process of reading and it's done and just move on and move on and move on. With these, I mean, I really am into the story for a while, and I think that intimidates me a little bit, which is stupid because it really doesn't take me long to read this. I mean, this is like reading 2 books, which I can do in a weekend. It's not that big of a deal. But I have really enjoyed this story so far. So, the first book is basically, this is the gist of it. I am probably saying this all wrong. So imagine a world where you have the chosen one, but he failed. And so the bad guy takes over. And then there's these people. The magic system is where you can ingest, which to me just, it makes me like feel like I have acid in my mouth just to think about this. If you ingest metal, you have the certain abilities of that particular metal, what that metal gives you. Most people who have this ability can only do one metal. But a person who can do all the metals and have all the powers is what's known as a Mistborn, and they are very rare. So, we're following Ven, and in the first book, why can't I think of his name? Ven is a girl, and then the other guy, who are both Mistborn, and their job is they're trying to kind of defeat the villain who has kind of taken over the world. But there's way more to the story than that, that they don't even know yet. And so I think more of that's going to unfold in this. So I am excited to get to this. But the problem is, I wish I could read like all these books at once. I want to know what happens to all of them. And it's not like a TV show where you can watch like multiple TV shows I mean, I can read multiple books at a time, but like, it takes time. You really got to take time, and it's not like you read a couple, or you watch an hour television show and another hour television show and then in 3 hours you know everything that's happening. With a book, it's going to take you, days, and there are 12 books here that I need to know what's happening, and so I wish I could read all of them at once, but I can't. So yeah, I'm really excited to continue this series and find out what's happening. And I know people who have read this over and over and over again. They've continued the series, not necessarily this particular series, but they have gone back into the world. Brandon Sanderson has gone back into the world and written more books. And I mean, everybody loves this. So, and I know why, because it's just so good. And I'm going to put this down and move on to the next book. All right, so the last book I actually own right now, one of the books I will talk about, I will probably own at some point. I just, it's not out yet. But this one is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I have wanted to read this, especially since I found out, like, the dude apparently can talk to animals or something. I don't even see that about that in the little blurb. But, anywho, I have heard nothing but good things about Robin Hobb and these books anyway. And what's funny is just about everybody who has a list of books they must read this year has pulled out this book and is like, I'm finally going to start my Robin Hobb journey and all of that. I don't know how invested I will be in like the whole thing. I want to read this. If I like it, I may continue and do the trilogy, and then we'll see, because as you know, I read lots of books and it's really hard for me to stick with like one topic for too long. So I'm looking forward to just starting with this, enjoying the moment, enjoying the journey with Assassin's Apprentice. And like I said, I've never heard anything but good things about this, and I can't wait. But I have to, because I've got other books to read first. And now into my journal for the books that I don't own, that I have to put pictures up of. The first one is one that is not out yet. That is The Hunt for Morgan Crow, Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. I have, right here, I have Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. Yeah, this is the first book. The second book was Wondersmith. Third book will be Hollowpox, right? Weird name. I love the series. I love it. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I love it better than Harry Potter. You wanna know why? I just love the world better. I love the friendships and all of that with Harry Potter. I really love I love the friendships with this. I love this world. It's zany, it is whimsical, and when it comes to a middle grade series, this is everything. I love this. It's not, a lot of people compare it to Harry Potter. It's not by any means Harry Potter. Harry Potter is its own thing. This takes place in a whimsical world. It's not our world that you and I live in. It is a totally different world where magic and whimsy, and I don't even call it magic, it's just whimsy, it's just crazy, just things are weird the way they are. And like one of like the housekeeper at the hotel she lives at is a Magnificat. It's just a giant talking cat that's like the size of a horse. Come on. And she's sassy and I love her. I mean, I love this, and I love the character of Morgan Crow and her friends, and there is a school setting in, I guess all of them, yeah, because she's in school. She has like her group of people she's training with at the school, so they separate the class into different groups to like train with and be together based on their skills. And the friend group is great. It's just a really good series, and I cannot wait for the third one. Like, I read this one I think in July, and then I immediately got Wondersmith because I was like, I can't put this down. I love this book so much, so I'm really looking forward to the third installment. Next book on the list is Finale by Stephanie Garber. I'll put the picture up here. It is the third and final book in the Caraval series, I think is what it's called. Caraval was disappointing to me, but Legendary was everything that I thought that Caraval should have been. So the fact that I pushed myself, and I'm so glad that I was like, okay, just pick up Legendary. It sounds like it's going to be what you expected Caraval to be. It did not disappoint. You have to read Caraval to read Legendary because you have to kind of get the background of things, but Caraval was not my favorite. I literally would own Legendary because I already know the things that I need to know, but I don't know that I could read. I don't think I could read Caraval again, but I could read Legendary again. I'll say that. So Finale is the thing that happened at the end of Legendary has happened, and so Finale is going to deal with the ramifications of that action. So I am here for it. I do not have any idea why I haven't read this book already, because every time I go to the library, it's like sitting there looking at me. It's like right there in my face. Like it's there. It's like, Natasha, take me home. Just let's do this together. So that may be one that I pick up soonish. I don't know. I was kind of thinking about doing it in February because there's like a semi-love story in there. It's not like a heartfelt like love story. It's like there are issues, kind of like issues story. I'm just gonna stop. I really need to read that book. The next one is The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. Is that your name? Yes. I have had this on my radar for a couple of years, and now people that I know and trust have been reading it and have just Loved it. It is a beast of a book. I mean, it's pretty thick. But it's about a pirate, I think, named Locke Lamora. And I think it's either like telling his adventures or going with him through his adventures. And that's really all I know about it. But yeah, it just sounds like his character is so dynamic. Not necessarily Captain Jack Sparrow-ish, but more on the lines of just being, you know, he's a pirate. I mean, it's the lies of Locke Lamora. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope to get in that soon. I keep saying that I hope to get in that soon. Truly, these are 12 books, and granted, they're 12 books that are a little bit larger, some of them, but it's still doable. But I really am looking forward to, if I finish these 12 books within 6 months, I should do another one of these videos with 12 more books. How about that? Hold me to that. Hold me to that. But we'll see if we can get this read in 6 months. If not, I have a year, because it's the books I need to bring in 2020. But I'm really looking forward to this one. And if you have read this one, let me know in the comments. Let all of us know in the comments a better description of what I've just given you without giving spoilers, because this book just sounds phenomenal and I can't wait. The last book I want to talk about is The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johnson or Johansson. Let me look her up here. I just looked at this and I already can't remember. Erica Johansson. Yes. I don't know what it is about this book, but everywhere I go, it's in my face. Especially the third one was in my face everywhere I went. And then I read the synopsis of it and it sounds like my jam. And just curiosity has gotten the best of me, and I think I just want to read it. I just want to read it. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be making this up. I know what, I'm not going to give a synopsis because I could be wrong. I'm thinking that like her kingdom was taken away from her or something, and it's time now and she's going to take it back. I don't know. Did I make that up? Is that another series? All I know is I want to read this book, so it's on my list. If you've read this book, give us a synopsis in the comments and let us know how it goes. Alright, I've been talking for a very long time. I will tell you this. I wanted to go over this really, really quickly. There were some books that I wanted to read in 2019, and I will put that stuff in the description box so this video won't be a million years long. But yeah, there were 10 books. I did the video on it. I'll link that down below if I can remember. And I read 7 out of the 10 books. And I'm very proud of myself. So I'll let you know in the description box how I did with that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you very soon right here on Nat's Beautiful Life. Have a great day, gorgeous. But wait, there's more. So editing me reminded me that was only 11 books and that I had missed a very important one that was actually on my shelf and I just forgot to pull it down. And that is Children of Time by Andrian Tchaikovsky. This is a book where the humanity has ruined Earth. It's getting where it's uninhabitable, and so they want to send some critters over to another planet to see if they can survive and all of that. So while the critters are there, they become sentient and stuff ensues. So that's what this book is about. I don't want to say what they are because a lot of people have already spoiled it for me, but in case you don't want to be spoiled, I'm not going to be spoiled. But this looks like a good time, and I really love sci-fi. It's one of my favorite genres, really. So I don't know why I haven't picked this book up. Let's see how long it is. And it's around 600 pages, so it's not really that bad. So anyway, so there's number 12, Children of Time by Andrian Tchaikovsky. Thank you for putting up with my lack of counting skills.